So you've
Okay.
been with the band now for 7 years. How's that 7 years been? You've done a lot in that time. I know you guys are getting pretty popular now. Is it fun to see the rise to fame? Over the years, has it been getting better and better?
Uh, yeah, man, it's been cool. People will ask me sometimes, how does it feel to be in a band that made it or or whatever.
Yeah,
But the reality is, man, we started off as just a bunch of friends playing music that we love for anybody who would listen,
yeah,
and that's still what we are. We love playing shows and and being able to travel the world and meet new people
yeah.
with our friends. It's like we live on like a never-ending road trip with our best friends, so it's amazing. And yeah, I'm glad that a lot more people are listening now than before. That's
Yeah.
cool. But yeah, it's been a lot of fun getting to do this, and just seeing how far we've been able to go with it
Yeah.
has been really amazing and humbling.
Is there still a lot of hard work for you guys to do? Is it a bit more comfortable now? You got a lot of agents and stuff looking out for you, but is it still, like it was back in the day?
Um, Things are both. I think there's pluses and minuses. Like I think I'm doing 11 interviews today.
Yeah,
That was never a problem before. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Nobody cared enough about our band to want to interview us before,
yeah,
let alone 11 people in one day. So, uh, there's there's some demands that we have now that we didn't have starting off, but that's a good problem to have. The fact that people care enough about the band to want to do an interview with us is a really amazing honor. So,
yeah,
I'm not complaining at all. I'm thankful for it, but it's definitely while things are some of the responsibilities we've been able to delegate to managers and a label that is awesome, and booking agents and things. There are still some things that we have to handle that nobody else can take care of for us, like interviews, for example.
yeah. Now you've got a new album. It's coming out pretty soon. It's called Wake. Can you tell us a bit about it?
Yeah,
What can we expect from it? And lyrically, was there something you were trying to achieve on this one? And
yeah, man. This album is really really different from anything we've ever done
yeah,
in every sense. It's really different musically, really
yeah,
different lyrically. This album, instead of uh, instead of writing to people who are struggling with difficult things, I wanted to write for people who are struggling with difficult things.
yeah,
I think that maybe because of the history that the band has, or because of the how outspoken we've been about our faith, that
yeah,
you know maybe we've inadvertently painted a picture of us, who we are as people, or the way our lives are, um, as being a little bit unrealistically idealistic. And what I mean is, it's really easy for me to stand on stage and sing,
yeah,
we are fearless. That's one of our biggest songs, Fearless, and the whole crowd
yeah,
screams, we are fearless along with us. And that's great. But, if I'm honest, that's not really true all the time. Sometimes I am afraid. Sometimes I am intimidated and uncertain about things. And, so on this album, I wanted to be really, really honest about some of the issues that people face, not just Christians or not just non-Christian, but some of the things that humanity is facing. Things like abandonment and betrayal, things like depression
yeah,
and suicide, things like, bitterness, whatever, loss, suffering. And, instead of writing about those things like an outsider looking in,
yeah,
I wanted to put myself in the place, to go back to the place that I was, to go back emotionally to the place that I was, when I was suicidal, when I
yeah,
was, struggling with depression, when I was an addict, and to be able to write from that place to hopefully give a voice to people who
yeah.
find themselves in those positions now, so that they can maybe see something in this song they can attach to, and be able to join with me as they're crying out for hope.
Yeah, for sure. And do you find that most of your fan base are Christian as well, or do you got atheist and Muslim fans as too?
Yeah, I think most of our fan base is not Christian,
Yeah,
which is cool. I like it like that. I don't think that we I hate that because we've got this reputation as a Christian band, a lot of people think that means that we are a band for Christians.
Yeah.
I would hope that just people like our music, no matter what religion or spirituality or spiritual, worldview people ascribe to. I would hope that people like our music and like coming to our concerts because they're fun. And I share my faith because that's who I am.
Yeah.
Not because I'm trying to sell some sort of gimmick or whatever. I share my faith because that's what I do. That's who I am all the time. And I would hope that people who are not Christians, but still like our music, are still feel welcomed and accepted by our fan base, and our, if they're into the music, would be willing to come to a show and hang out. I love the fact that we have all types of fans.
Yeah, I know some, certain sections of, a lot of religions aren't quite as that accepting of homosexuality. I'm just wondering, what do you think of that thing in America where they approved gay marriage? Are you for that or against it?
Well, I'm fine. I'm fine with it. I have been married to a woman for a while now, so it doesn't really change anything for me. I'm glad that people can finally stop arguing about it.
Yeah.
I thought that it was kind of a silly topic for people to be up in arms about. There's people like starving to death, and people, buying and selling other people like their property.
Yeah.
And and this is that was the thing. Gay people trying to marry each other was the thing that Christians are up in arms about, and I thought that was pretty stupid. So I'm glad that it's just settled and we can move on with our lives and be okay.
Yeah, no.
It's gonna be okay.
Yeah, yeah, and I'm sure if Jesus was around, he'd be totally cool with it too. So he seemed like that kind of a bloke.
Yeah, Jesus had he had a lot of things to say
Yeah.
during his ministry on earth, and none of them were about political reform.
Yeah.
It was about people, about loving people, and about sharing the truth with people.
We went on hold. Are you still there?
Hey, my friend, sorry about that. Are you still there?
Yeah, no, I just went on hold for a sec. I'll edit that part out later.
I had an alarm go off. But yeah, Jesus had a lot of things to say, and he was never about political reform. In fact, the Pharisees, the people that did the work behind the scenes to make sure that he got murdered, those people, the reason they rejected his ministry is because in their minds, the Messiah, the Christ, when he came, he was going to be all about political reform. He was going to be the one that was fighting to establish political dominance for the people of God. And Jesus showed up, and instead of trying to establish political dominance, he loved people, and he served people, and he was healing the sick and hanging out with sinners.
Yeah.
And they couldn't handle that, And so instead of fighting for political dominance, I want to hang out with sinners and heal the sick and love people where they're at and help.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I want people's lives to be changed. And if people are living in, a lifestyle that's going to hurt them and destroy them, I want to see them set free from that. But, I don't want to do that by, legislating, whatever I feel is the most moral thing to do or whatever. I want to do that by loving people and by showing them, the dignity and the respect that they deserve.
Yeah, for sure. And do you get to go out and do much sort of charity work, or are you too busy touring and stuff?
Well, I guess I don't do much formal charity work in terms of serving food at homeless shelters or whatever.
Yeah.
But as life unravels, I think every day we have the opportunity to be intentional about the way we impact people's lives. I mean, 2 days ago I was eating lunch with my family, and a lady came up and asked for $3 to buy a meal, and I didn't have any cash, but I had a card, so I took her. She wanted to go to Burger King, so I walked across the street to Burger King with her and said, "You buy whatever you want, and I'll pay for it." Just today in the gym with a friend of mine, he was struggling with some things in his relationship, and needed somebody to vent to. So I sat down and listened to him and was able to encourage him. Now it's not because I'm sort of always in and out. I don't always have the time to volunteer at a place consistently or anything like that. But I think that life gives us the opportunity to encourage people or to impact people's lives in a positive way all the time.
Yeah, for sure. Um, I think the last time you were in Australia was 2014.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah. How did that go? Do you like our country? Did you see any
Oh,
bands you
bro,
like?
we love it. Yeah, we love it down there, man. We were out with a band called Prepared Like a Bride
Okay.
that has recently disbanded. Rest in peace.
Yep.
Yeah, and so we got to hang with those boys who are just great guys. But yeah, man, we love it down there. Got to meet tons of cool people. I always say I never met an Aussie I didn't like.
Yeah.
So y'all are a good place, man. We're excited to get back there whenever that time comes.
Yeah, no plans as of yet, or still working on it?
Not right now, not as of today, but hopefully we can make something happen very soon.
Yeah, we've been doing a section on our website. It's getting quite popular at the moment. We get people from bands to recommend 5 bands for the fans to check out. So I was just wondering, what's in your car stereo at the moment? What's in your record player?
Okay, 5 bands
Yeah,
for fans to check out.
yeah, it can
Check
be new
out,
or old.
yeah, check out a band. Everybody needs to check out Comeback Kid.
Yeah, yeah, I've heard of them. Yeah, they're cool.
Yeah, that's not that's you have to do it. You
Yeah,
got to do it. The band is awesome. Um, everybody needs to check out our new friends. This is a relatively young band, but they're coming up quick. This band called Fit for a King,
oh, okay, yeah,
super good.
yep,
Yeah, we're actually taking them out on our headliner next month.
yeah.
Uh, a band. There's a band called. I'm gonna go real old on this, not real old, but sort of old on
Yep.
this one. There's a band called Cursive
Oh, okay.
that put out an album called The Ugly Organ that is one of the best records I've ever heard in my life. It's not metal, but it's really, really, really good.
Yep.
Uh, hmm.
I think we're up to 3. Just 2 more.
Gosh. Okay. Yeah, I got to think about. Check out my bros and Stray from the Path.
Yep.
Top blokes, best dudes. Uh, and uh, and The Ghost Inside.
Yep.
Your fans probably know about The Ghost Inside, but just a great band, great music, great dudes. Check them out.
Yeah, sweet as. I'll put up links so people can check them out, and I'll post them all to all the bands and said you give them a thumbs up.
Oh, sweet, man. Thanks.
Yeah, cool as. And are you familiar with much of the Australian kind of metal hardcore scene, bands like Parkway Drive and Amity Affliction and whatnot?
I mean, you'd have to live under a rock to not know about Parkway and Amity Affliction.
Yeah.
But we know, yeah, I mean, we have even got to know the guys from Thy Art is Murder is from there, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
Thy Art
don't
is
listen to them a
Murder
lot,
and
but I hear about them.
yeah, and North Lane
Yeah,
as well.
North Lane, they're cool. I know those
So
guys.
that, yeah, there's some Australian bands that are coming out with really cool records recently.
Yeah.
Y'all got some good things going on down there.
Yeah, that's good to see. Yeah, is
Yeah.
there a particular country you like best? Like, where do you pull the biggest crowds? Is it mostly in the States?
Um, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
At this point, definitely. We've been doing really really well in South America as well
Yeah.
over the last couple of years. Unfortunately, there's some weird sort of business things that make it sketchy. But
Yeah.
we went to Panama and Brazil, I think, at the beginning of last year, and both the shows were sold out in advance. So it was that was cool. Just packed out venues with a bunch of kids that don't even speak English, but
Yeah.
still somehow know every word to our songs.
Are those
That's a cool feeling.
kind of countries, are they a bit more unruly? I know some of the places have
Yes.
looser, laws and whatnot.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. Oh, it's crazy. I mean, the thing. I'm not the guy that is like, I need a security team to keep people away from me. But when we go down to these countries, the kids after the show will storm the stage and do whatever because every single person in the building has to take 3 pictures with you. And they don't form a line.
Yeah.
They just gather around and grab your arm and just pull you into the picture with them. So it gets more violent taking photos after the show than it was even during the show. It's a little bit weird, but I guess again that's a good problem to have. I'm glad people like our band.
Yeah, that's awesome. It seems like you're going great. I'll just ask you one more question. Where do you see you guys in the next 5 years? What are your goals at the moment?
Bro, if I'm honest,
Yep,
we have met and exceeded every goal that we ever had. I don't know at this
just
point.
keep doing what you're doing.
I yeah, man. We're just gonna keep doing it. Like, I had all these like far-fetched dreams when I was when we were first starting out, but we've done everything that we ever wanted to do. So,
Yeah,
I don't know what's next or where to go from here. I'm so thankful that we've been able to go on this crazy ride, and I'm excited that it's not over yet.
yeah,
But we'll see where the future takes us, man. I
yeah.
have no idea.
Well, in that case, I'll ask you one more question. If you didn't make it as a rock star, what do you think you'd be doing instead? Do you have a backup plan or anything like that?
Yeah, I'd be teaching high school English right now. I actually was in college to be a high school English teacher,
Yep.
uh, and that sort of got interrupted by music. So that was my plan.
Oh, well, maybe you can come back to it when you're ready to retire.
Yeah, man, I would love it. I don't know how much they would appreciate an English teacher with a neck tattoo, but we'll see.
Yeah, well, hopefully in 50 years' time, that'll be a bit more socially acceptable.
Yeah, that's right. We're working on
Yeah, definitely, man. Well, I'd love to see you guys come down to Australia soon. I'd like to take some photos at your gig. It'll be awesome, and
it. Yeah, bro.
yeah, for sure. Great chatting with you, Matty.
Hey, thank you so much, man. I appreciate your time.
Yeah, no worries, man. Enjoy the rest of the interviews.
Thank you so much. You have a good one.
All right, see you, bro.
Yes, sir. Bye.